International Business Project on Japan by Krista. Japan is located east of China on the Pacific Ocean, and they have a very large population of 120 million. And because it's so mountainous there, there's not a lot of places to live, so all the big cities are very heavily populated. Japan is a member of the UN, the G7, the G8, and the G20, which makes it a major economic and political power in the world. Japan is also the world's third largest economy by national GDP, and it's the fourth largest by purchasing power. And it's also the fifth largest importer and exporter in the entire world. Japan has a rather humid climate, especially during the summer. There's a rainy season during the summer also, and during springtime it's like the nicest weather out of the entire year, and same with the fall. It's like spring and fall are the nicest, and winter is a little bit cold, but there's normally not very much snow if at all. Yeah. Normal business hours in Japan are just like the ones here, just a regular 9 to 5, and you have to email or call ahead for appointments just like here, and lunchtime is the same as here, like typically like 12 to 1 area. You should always go early to meetings so the traffic is so bad because the cities are so densely populated. And you should always have a time for your partners and you to meet for a meeting. And you should always expect that the meeting will go over time because there's a lot of work to be done. Historically, the dress in Japan is very formal, and it's not very flashy at all. It's just like pretty bland. And one of the most recent ministers there made it so you could wear shorter clothes, so you wouldn't have to pay as much for AC, so there would be less spending on AC in the country. And women have to dress conservatively, not wear makeup or any jewelry or stuff like that. And for social events, it all depends on what kind of event it is. People engage in many different types of conversations, but they try to stay away from like past history or politics or like that. And they tend more towards talk about like baseball because it's really popular there, or other stuff that's popular. And you shouldn't be like, talking really loud there either. It's considered rude, and there's not much like touching or handshaking when you're interacting with someone. Presents are normally pretty common for people in Japan meetings, and less powerful people in the company give the more powerful people the better presents, and the presents should not be able to be opened very quickly. To make a good long-term deal, you should always keep in communication with your partners, and the policy there is always very strict, so you have to always keep to the policy as much as you can, whatever it is for that specific company. And so it could be a very long process to do deals. Meal times are the same as here, and instead of using forks and knives, they use chopsticks, and drinking is regular there, also like here, and beer is used to entertain too. If you're a visitor, you should always say, "My name is whatever," and "Nice to meet you." It's not really custom to handshake, so you should bow, and you should always make contact with other people, eye contact. Japan is really small, which I like, and rich in tradition, which is pretty cool. And their culture is built on respect, which is pretty awesome. And their decision making there is more detailed than here, so that's pretty